What's up guys, welcome to Vintage Genetics, where it is all about classic bodybuilding. And today we're going to briefly talk about the different kind of protein powders and which one does what and which one you should take and what the effect is of each one. So let's start out with the most famous, most popular version of protein powder, whey concentrate. Now, what is whey concentrate? This is basically made, in the simplest terms, from cow's milk. Now, cow's milk contains every single amino acid, essential amino acid, that you need for muscle growth. And especially one of those essential amino acids is important for triggering muscle growth, also known as muscle protein synthesis. You want this to be as high as possible, and the trigger to get this as high as possible is the amino acid leucine. This is an essential amino acid that is present in whey concentrate that your body cannot create on its own. It needs it from food, and whey concentrate has a very high concentration of leucine, which will maximally trigger the muscle protein synthesis when you take in this whey concentrate. Now, how much leucine do you need for maximum muscle protein synthesis? And this is about 3 grams, of course. For everyone it's different, but about 3 grams. And there's about 10 grams of leucine in 100 grams of whey concentrate. So the typical scoop of 30 grams gives you 3 grams, which is enough to stimulate the maximum effect of muscle protein synthesis. And that's what you want right after working out. So now that I just explained that whey concentrate already has the maximum benefit of muscle protein synthesis because of this amount of leucine that's in there, why is there an isolate? Why is there an hydrolysate? If I said that right, never even used it. Why? The difference basically is that between a concentrate and an isolate version, in the isolate they removed all the lactose, the sugars, some of the fats, and more protein per 100 grams is left. So instead of 10 grams of leucine per 100 grams, it could be 12 grams or 11 grams, just a little more. But that doesn't really matter, because one scoop of whey concentrate is still giving you the maximum effect. You can add 10 grams of leucine, but you already reached the ceiling of effect. So there's nothing else going to happen to your muscle protein synthesis. Now, for who is this isolate and hydrolysate? I gotta read it there because it's difficult to pronounce, but anyway, for who is this beneficial? Really only for people who have a lactose intolerance. If you notice that when you ingest whey protein, when you ingest a protein shake of whey concentrate, that you become gassy, that you become bloated, then taking an isolate would be very beneficial. Why? Because whey concentrate has to absorb fast in order for your muscles to receive this amount of leucine within a given amount of time to trigger this maximum effect of muscle protein synthesis. If you're bloated, if you're gassy, if the gas is really in your intestines, the absorption rate will be slowed down. And that causes this leucine concentration to go from here, it will go down. And that will not cause the maximum effect. So if you notice this, then get whey isolate. The difference and the downfall, disadvantage of this is that it's more expensive. I personally like to use whey isolate more because of the fact that I know that a lot of people cannot tolerate lactose very well. They don't have enough enzymes in the intestines to properly digest this sugar. So taking whey isolate will ensure that you take in every single gram of protein the most efficient way possible. But if you don't have lactose intolerance at all, whey concentrate is your best bet. There's nothing above the effects of whey concentrate. It has already reached the ceiling of effectiveness. Whey has the highest amount of leucine compared to other animal products such as beef, chicken, fish, etc. So you would need more of fish and chicken than of the whey concentrate to receive the same effect of muscle protein synthesis or muscle growth. And lastly, why is there even an hydrolysate? Well, that's because it's broken down even more. They use the marketing tool. They say, hey, it absorbs faster. It's really, the amino acids are already broken down in the powder, so it's absorbed immediately. That doesn't really matter. The absorption of whey concentrate is already fast enough to give you the maximum benefit. And yes, I keep repeating this because I think it is important to know that the supplement industry often uses these tricks, these marketing tools to get you to buy a better version of whey. Well, the standard whey protein concentrate is already the best out there. Only for people with a lactose intolerance, isolate would be nice. Hydrolysate, I mean, I've never used it, never had to use it. I don't see the use of it. Isolate is already the best you can get if you have a lactose intolerance. So I hope you learned a little bit from this video. This is the first video of many that I will make because I just started the minor of my education. I can do a minor to learn extra information, and I chose sports nutrition. So what the thing is that we're living in 2017 now, and this minor adjusts itself to the latest literature out there. So what I get taught in class is actually the truth right now. A lot of companies use studies from 1990 or 2005, for example, while there are studies of 2016 that show other things. And all of this I will explain to you thoroughly, talking about different subjects, the effects of whey casein, how much protein should you ingest a day, and which time frames are in between these protein ingestions to get the maximum effect. Literally, the lessons in my class are literally about the maximum effect you can get, because it's not only about bodybuilding but also about recovery for Olympic level athletes, which my teachers have actually done in real life. They have applied this to those teams, so I'm pretty confident that what I'm learning now is useful to many of you. Don't waste your money on things you don't need. Know the truth. Know what the science, what the studies say. So this is number one of what I learned in my minor, sports nutrition. Video number one. I hope you enjoyed this video, and don't forget to stay golden. Let's do this shit, man.